This is the Palin Update on SaraNet Radio. I'm Kevin Scholla.
Instead of being at the convention, I will be working on those down ballot races. I'll be in Arizona on Monday working hard for Kirk Adams. I'll be working with Jeff Flake and Paul Gosar.
With all the endorsements Sarah Palin has doled out in 2012, there's no place she's been more active than the Grand Canyon State. Already having backed Jeff Flake for Senate and Kirk Adams for the House, this past week Governor Palin endorsed an incumbent congressman, someone she also supported back in 2010, Dr. Paul Gosar. And today, Representative Gosar is here on the Palin Update. Dr. Gosar, welcome to SaraNet Radio.
Kevin, thanks for having us on.
Governor Palin endorsing you again, and I really find these endorsements the most impressive because as an incumbent, she's not just supporting what you may be able to do, she's really pointing to a body of work already out there and saying you've done a good job and we need more of it.
Absolutely. That just thrills us deeply because in Arizona we say that there's two types of politicians, show ponies and workhorses. And we've been a workhorse, so it even makes it even that much better.
Governor Palin points to the fact that you are not a career politician. You are a dentist. How does your DDS background help? Do you bring a different perspective to Washington?
It does. I'm a businessman. You know, time is everything. You know, with high overhead, treating healthcare in a very efficient manner, and having a good customer service. It actually is a very beneficial aspect, Kevin. You know, when you come in my office, I've got to ask, what hurts? How can I help you? And that's exactly what we did with our office. So it really benefited us well.
And Obamacare, we think about MDs and patients a lot, but dentists are hurt by this too, aren't they?
They are, and we've got a stake in this game, and this is a time for us to come to the table as well. And we are voicing our concerns and trying to get back a patient-friendly, patient-centered type of a healthcare system, Kevin.
You're also a small business owner, as you mentioned. You know what it's like to have to sign the front of checks and keep budgets balanced, something we all know D.C. has trouble with. Small business owners have a lot of concerns nowadays, don't they?
They do, and then that's one of the things that we have said repeatedly in our first term is that as a business owner, what's wrong with making a profit? You have to make a profit in order to keep your doors open. And making a profit also shows that you've got good customer service skills and that you have a skill that the patients and the folks really want to have and need.
You've been one of the guys to really keep up the fact-finding mission when it comes to Fast and Furious. Why has that been so important to you, and where do we stand now?
Well, this happened, first of all, this was an egregious attempt at our Second Amendment rights, Kevin, and it happened in my back door of Arizona. And this is part of the full frontal attack that this administration has had on Arizona. And I refuse to take this sitting down. This gun running scheme actually has 1,400 guns that have not been found, and they're going to show up at crime scenes, particularly in Arizona and the Southwest. And we need answers. We need to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And we also need to hold bureaucrats accountable to the times and the crimes that they have committed. And I find it egregious that the more we find out, the further the problems become. And that's why we want to have full transparency of all the documentations and the witnesses.
Arizona is a state where immigration is always a top issue. Has this administration tried to do an end run around the Constitution when it comes to illegal immigration, and what can we expect from Paul Gosar when it comes to securing our borders?
Well, they did the DREAM Act. That the executive branch has no jurisdiction whatsoever in our Constitution in regards to immigration and naturalization. That is strictly a congressional act. And you saw the president in pure politics allowing the Dreamers to get some type of amnesty within the jurisdiction of this year. We've seen our governor here in Arizona, Governor Brewer, say, no, we're not going to do that. And we've led the fight from our delegation as well as me to make sure that, number one, is that Congress will have the oversight of the dictation of immigration and the borders, and number two is that we need to have a full authority and full funding to secure our borders so that we know who's coming and who's leaving. And we have put numerous attempts, including our budget votes, to get that appropriations to the border to secure it.
You have great respect for Governor Palin, don't you?
Absolutely. I think what she has done is she's sure patriotic in the way she looks at getting this country back, and we need more people like Governor Palin that's not afraid to put herself in harm's way based upon where this country is heading and making sure that we turn it around.
What are your thoughts about Arizona becoming so important here in this election cycle? You have Governor Palin endorsing not only your candidacy, but also trying to move Jeff Flake from Congress up to a U.S. Senate spot and have Kirk Adams take his spot in Congress. If she could pull off the trifecta there in Arizona, what will that mean for a change perhaps in Washington?
Well, Arizona is a pivotal state. You know, we went through redistricting, Kevin, and we didn't come out exactly like a lot of people thought. We were a very red state, and to have 5 seats available for the Democrats to take is not what we thought would happen. And so her throwing her weight and her notoriety and her skill set behind folks here in Arizona means a lot to us. But it is one of the battlegrounds that we've got to keep so that Nancy Pelosi isn't returned to the Speaker's seat, and also to get that Senate. And then also, I think it's key and pivotal to making sure that the President isn't returned into office. That is what's key.
Speak to the voters who, even at this late juncture, may still be undecided. Why should they go in there and pull the lever for you on Tuesday?
I have been one of those folks that has been very principled in understanding what people needed to have and done. And what we've done is we've done it together as a team. So many times we do things as individuals and we don't get a lot accomplished. And we were able to accomplish a lot based upon what our constituency needs, getting people back to work in our state, and getting philosophical changes taken care of and done. We've got a proven track record of accomplishments because we worked with people, and we've got a proven track record of very fiscally conservative, applied applications and getting things done. And people really see the benefit. They want to gravitate around somebody that includes them and makes them believe in winning.
You know, one of the things Governor Palin is known for, and one of the reasons she has such a following, is her honesty. People believe she speaks from the heart and says what she really believes. Perhaps an endorsement from her, you know, in a way, is saying, hey, you know what, Dr. Paul Gosar, same way, you can believe what this man is saying, and that's something that, unfortunately, we don't see so much from some politicians.
No, straight talking, that's what you love about Governor Palin. She means what she says, and she says what she means. And I think that's a breath of fresh air. And that's what we come to the table with is, you know, I'm not pretty. I'm not great at how I look at things, but boy, I tell you what, we get things done, and that's what counts in a winner. And I think that's what Governor Palin has really given us the mantra for is find out what your expertise is, tell us how you can get things done, and let's work together as a team to get this country back.
Congressman, tell the listeners how they can help your campaign as we head toward Tuesday's vote.
Well, we would love to get everybody out to the polls, but if you're undecided, you can go to our website at www.gosarforcongress.com. You can also contact me on my cell, which is 928-853-6225. We'd love to hear from you, love to hear your concerns and your ideas. It's a two-way street. Those are the things that we want to see, and we want if you like what you see from us, we would love to have you tell your neighbors and friends because birds of a feather flock together. We need everybody into this election cycle.
Dr. Paul Gosar, thank you, sir.
Thank you so very much, Kevin.
Head over to Congressman Gosar's website. That's gosar4congress.com. Gosar, the number 4, congress.com. Governor Palin will be campaigning in Arizona Monday, stumping for Kirk Adams. We were happy to have Kirk Adams on the show a few weeks ago. He's running for the House seat now held by Jeff Flake. Flake is running for U.S. Senate and is also endorsed by Governor Palin. We had Flake on the program recently as well. Head to saranetradio.net and you can hear our chats with Kirk Adams and Jeff Flake with the Palin Update on demand. So while the GOP convention is underway, Arizona voters will be heading to the polls. Be sure to support Palin-endorsed Paul Gosar, Kirk Adams, and Jeff Flake on Tuesday. Some friends of the show are also running in Arizona Tuesday. Congressman Ben Quayle and congressional hopeful Gabriela Saucedo Mercer. These American Grizzlies United candidates need your help as well. For more information, head to saranetradio.net. Remember, we will be unveiling an extra show here and there throughout the next few weeks due to all the Palin news and endorsements. Plus, we're getting closer to Election Day. So, along with our weekly installment of the Palin Update each and every week, keep an eye out for some bonus episodes as well. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at SarahNet Radio, and we are on Facebook, too, so please like SarahNet Radio on Facebook. And don't forget, the Palin Update is now on demand. Just head to SarahNetRadio.net, pick the show you want to hear, and you can listen anywhere, anytime. Well, that'll just about do it for this edition of the Palin Update on SarahNet Radio. Visit SarahNetRadio.net for continuing coverage of Governor Palin. I want to thank everyone here at SarahNet Radio. Thanks to Dr. Paul Gosar. And thank you for listening today. Please be sure to join us next time for another edition of the Palin Update. I'm Kevin Scholla. Have a pleasant day.